Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to Grumpy Monkey Garage, where today we're not complaining about anything. We're talking about the top 5 large SUVs. Now, I got to give you a little bit of text here. Large SUV can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. What I mean is it's going to have third row as an option, so you can fit 6 passengers comfortably, and it's not a freaking minivan because nobody wants a minivan anymore. I don't know why. Some of them were very reliable. We'll do a whole separate video on that. All right, let's get right into it. Number 1 top 5 large SUV is the Tahoe and the Yukon. And now you're surprised it's not a Toyota in my number 1 spot. That's okay. The reason for this is because of the budget. The Tahoe and the Yukon, specifically 2007 early gen, or classic rather, and older for the Tahoe and Yukon, because ever since they went to active fuel management with the stupid variable lifters, they're pieces of crap. So you have to be very specific. You get one older than 07, so 06 and below, or 07 classic and below. Those were all fantastic large SUVs, didn't have any problems. I would put them on par with the Toyota. So they're up there in the reliability category. That 5.3 or 6.0 is indestructible. The older ones with the 5.7 or 5.0, indestructible. Run forever, no trouble. You could pull your family's boat, camper, whatever, and fit all of your crotch goblins that you made in there, no problem at all. Number 2 on the list is, of course, the Toyota Sequoia. Now, why is this not number 1? The Sequoia cost about 3 times as much as a Tahoe or Yukon does. They're just significantly more expensive. If you're watching my channel, you probably do a lot of repairs yourself. The Sequoia is going to be a little angrier to work on than the Suburban Tahoe Yukon platform. The Sequoias are just a little more intricate. You have to have a little more tooling and knowledge. So if you are willing to learn that kind of stuff, I would say the Sequoia is better quality longevity-wise. I specifically put the 4.6, 5.7 if you're looking for something newer, 2008, 9 and up. They all had those, no problems out of them, very reliable. It's on the Tundra platform. The older ones were great too with the 4.7. I will complain for a minute. If you're not a mechanic and you're trying to buy this vehicle, the old 4.7 engine has a timing belt. You're going to be paying through the nose to get that timing belt done. So if you're at a 100,000 mile interval when you're buying it, has it been done? If the buyer doesn't know, the answer is no. Or if they can't produce a receipt, the answer is no. Know that you're gonna have to turn around and pay for that. That does not exclude it from being reliable. That is just something you have to take care of on those 4.7 engines. But overall, great platform, good SUV. Number 3 is our Suburban 1500. Now there is a 2500 Suburban. There's not really anything wrong with it other than they cost a fortune. Lots of preppers and the kind that think the world is gonna end have bought these all up. You're not going to get one. You're not going to get a 2500 for any kind of affordable platform. The 1500 Suburban is going to be great. It's based on the Silverado, great chassis. Same reasons for the Yukon. Just a little bit bigger, a little bit more expensive. Same years, 07 classic and older. They'll live forever. If you're in the market for a new one, 6L80 is a piece of crap. That transmission is not any good. The 6.2 is not any good, and the new 5.3 is not any good. GM has really gone downhill in the last 5 to 10 years. I'm seeing them come in with very low mileage, very well taken care of, still broken catastrophically. So I'm not very happy with their quality control lately. I would tell you to stay away from them. I'm not going to go tell you to buy from the big blue oval devil himself, but I am going to tell you the Sequoia, if you're looking at that newer price point, go back a couple years, afford the Sequoia, get that instead. It's going to be better. But the old Suburbans, nothing wrong with them, 07 and older. Even go back to the 80s, they're still good and reliable. You're just going to watch the gas gauge move while you're driving. That's the only problem with them. Bad gas mileage, but very affordable. Number 4 spot, Toyota Forerunner. Now, there's only a couple of generations of Toyota Forerunner that have third row seats, starting with the 4th gen Toyota Forerunner. I myself own a 3rd gen. Third row seating was not an option. So 4th gen and up, you could get third row seating. They're fantastic SUVs. If you get the 4.0 V6, you get great gas mileage for the size. No timing belt to worry about. Live forever. If you get the 5th generation Forerunner and I have to take your skid plate off to do an oil change, I'm going to hit you with it. I hate that design. That is something I don't like about them. Number 5. We're out of GMs. We're out of Toyotas. Who in the heck is going to occupy my number 5 spot? Nissan. Nissan finally getting a win over here. The Pathfinder and the Xterra, any of these guys with the 4.0. Do not get the old 3.3. I'll show you a picture of one of those. Like the 97s-ish. 3.3s, piece of shit. You don't need that. You don't need the timing belt. 4.0, rock solid platform. The Xterra as well. I don't know if the Xterras ever came with third row seat. I do know the Pathfinders did come with it. So you can get the Pathfinder with third row seats, but the Xterras as well. The 4.0, great engine. Not a lot of trouble with them. They last a long time. I haven't had to change transmission in one yet, and I do service a lot of them. So really happy with those. Number 6 on our list of large SUVs. Don't remember if it had third row seat, but it is a big SUV, and it is something to consider. Isuzu Trooper, a really, really old one. That's an old school from the 90s. I think they made one in the early thousands, maybe not. But the Isuzu Trooper was a great big SUV, and it was fantastic, very reliable. It was sold to Acura as the Acura MDX for its first generation. So it was a very kind of multifaceted platform. You could still get parts for it because they shared a parts bin with GM and with Honda. So they had a lot of good stuff going for them. While we're on the topic of Honda though, there's a reason that none of the Hondas made it on this list. It is the cost to buy and the cost of maintenance is too high, and the new one's having constant transmission failure. The Pilot is no longer a good option, and there's not really another large SUV from Honda. So that's where we're gonna go with that. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Grumpy Monkey Garage. Maybe we'll do small SUVs.